What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FX Racer Career Mode. And today we are going to be racing at the Mexican Grand Prix in season number 1. We are almost at the halfway stage of the career mode in this first season. Now, this is the championship standings from the previous race, which was in Bahrain. Go and check that out if you haven't seen this already. As you can clearly see on screen, we ended up taking our first victory on this game in very convincing fashion. Actually, we won by a few seconds, and that brings me to within 2 points of the current Drivers' Championship leader, Bulls Gaming. In terms of the constructors, my team, we are 15 points behind the leaders, which is Team KA Falcon. I believe my teammate is Leo F1, and we did have a very good race in Bahrain, picking up a 1-2 finish for the team. So as we go into qualifying for Mexico, you can see it's currently sunny, but it is going to be raining in 14 minutes, so that could throw a potential spanner into the works. And as we load ourselves onto the circuit, you can see it's very much overcast, so revving up to 5 red lights, this could be a very interesting qualifying. I'm hoping, though, that the rain that is forecast and appears to be arriving sooner than expected, judging by that sky, manages to hold out. So now this is going to be a full time lapse of the Mexican Grand Prix circuit in FX Racer. This is realistic, this first bit, and then this straight down here. Okay, purple sector 1, that's nice to see, and then this chicane going round here, and then this would be round. Okay, no, this isn't quite accurate to real life. And then as we go through, that's a tight left-hander there. Although, unfortunately, as we just go off the circuit and invalidate there, just through this tight, twisty complex of corners. That almost reminds me a little bit of the Circuit of the Americas from real life. You know, sort of the end of Sector 2, where you brake for turn 12, and then you go and snake through round the back of the big, tall grandstand building. I can't remember what it's called, but you guys probably know what I mean. So unfortunately, it means a third lap in qualifying will be required, so let's just go round again. I don't know if you can tell, but it is indeed raining already. Low grip, current conditions rain, sun is arriving again in 27 minutes. Somehow I've still gone purple sector 1. I don't understand how, because you can hear the acceleration is so much slower. The tyres have entered the low grip phase. However, I am just going to try and see if I can see out the rest of this qualifying lap, just in case, you know, I do manage to find any random improvements. Obviously, my first lap, you know, starting from scratch, it's kind of like a warm-up lap, really. You can't make any improvements because, you know, you're starting from zero, whereas it's so much better if you're coming across the line. So you'll always be a few seconds faster on the second lap, and then, well, that's game over because we've just invalidated there at the end of our lap in the wet. So unfortunately, with no invalidated laps across the line and the rain, that means it is indeed going to be P20 and starting from the back in qualifying in Mexico. Thankfully, my teammate, Leo F1, has secured pole position once again, followed by TB95 and championship leader Bulls Gaming. So it's going to be a full wet race, interesting. So we're starting on the wet tyres. Might have also noted the forecast said it's going to dry up, so the mixed conditions could really spice things up here as we are now underway, and it's a very, very slow start, but look at this, there's so much space on the right hand side. Just keep the right foot down, and we're easily making up the places. Keep the right foot pinned to the floor, already trying to position my car in a place where it might be possible to make an extra dive bomb at the inside of turn 1. We're up to P14, that's a very nice dive bomb indeed, and it's clean, no contact made whatsoever. The game says up into P12 at the moment. I suspect it might be higher than that with that move there up the inside of Gons, I believe that was. Yes, we are up now into P9, so it's been an absolutely fantastic start to this race. The wet clearly isn't phasing me at all. Is this the first wet race we've done in this game? I think it might be, you know. There is a strong possibility that that is very much the case, as we're now just trying to navigate our way through the middle sector. We've got ORT racing in front of me. I'm going to go for the dive bomb there, but he turns in. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. That was way too aggressive from me, probably. I still don't fully understand this game, though, because, you know, sometimes the AI, they just don't seem to be very aggressive at all, but at other times they can be. Yeah, it's still trying to work it out, really, because, you know, the slightest contact and they just go flying off the circuit. So now we've skipped all the way to lap number 4 because nothing else happened apart from the fact that the track is now dried up. As you can see, I've gone onto the hard tyres, DRS has been enabled, and we're just effectively back to what we're used to having in this game, which is a dry race, hard tyres on, try and get to the end, as I almost made contact there with KA Falcon. That was a very, very hairy moment indeed there. We're just trying to potentially size up another move later on in the lap. Yes, we are. I am going to go for this one. do get the elbow out a little bit this time. I think there was only a fraction of contact, more just rubbing side pods. Unfortunately, that orange car did get forced off a little bit off the road. That's what I mean, though, the over-dramatics from the AI. You wouldn't see, with a move like that in real life, you wouldn't see cars just going all the way off the road as I pick up a second track limits warning of the Grand Prix so far, and I'm putting Classic under so much pressure. So that's what I mean about the AI sometimes. You don't understand how a tiny bit of contact can send them flying. Round the outside of the pink car, though, that was a very, very nice move indeed. I've got Gabo in the crosshairs next, and he's on the soft compound tyres and is also in the hunt for the championship. So the team with Gabo and KA Falcon are leading the constructors, but they're probably not anymore, as I've just completely accidentally taken him out there. As I said, I didn't expect that door to close so quickly. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. I completely hold my hands up, of course, though. Here we go. Oh, yes, he was already turning in. Yes, I shouldn't have gone for that. Spitfire, you absolute idiot. And then I've just crashed into the pit lane because I've decided at the last second that I am going to commit to a 2-stop because I've still got 3 laps to go and the tyres are on 32%, so they're probably not going to make it to the end anyway. So I have gone for the soft rather than the super soft. I am going to play it super safe as far as the tyres go, and once again I've been undercut by Classic, so we're going to have to try and make some more moves. So yeah, this was a fairly chaotic race, as you can tell, although I do kind of feel a little bit guilty about the fact that I've wiped some guys out. Completely unintentional, by the way. As you know, I would never purposefully do that, but it's just, I guess, I'm still not, and there's another one, I'm still not fully aware of how the AI behave in this game, because they can be rather dramatic with contact, but even so, I don't really understand how that incident with Classic came to fruition. I think I just tried to go up the inside and maybe use a little bit too much curb and got a bit greedy. Here we go, here's a replay of it. So I think I would almost argue he moved across me in that instance. I really would, and just left me no space. However, I've gone wide there and I've picked up a 5-second penalty. Believe it or not, that one was actually on purpose, and that was mainly because of the Gabo incident, which happened at the same corner. So I just felt bad that, you know, I feel like I need to give myself some sort of penalty for that, because it was an appalling manoeuvre that I should never have gone for. So that's why I went for it. Got 5 seconds now, so I guess you can say that's fair, and with that square. So now 2 purple sectors on that lap, and we are starting the final lap, trying to make a really nice overtake. Look at the gaining speed on ORT. I showed the entire clip of this straight just so you can see how quickly we gained on that blue car. And then now coming through the final couple of corners, it looks like it is going to be my teammate Leo F1 who is going to win in Mexico, and I'm up into P6. We've got Bulls Gaming in the crosshairs, the championship leader, and Hayden also, but we can't quite beat them across the line. However, I end up P5. So it looks like there's been some penalties which have been applied, which has increased my finishing position, which is nice. Here you are, guys. There's the podium from the Mexican Grand Prix. My teammate wins, TB95 second, and Sparks end up on the podium, I think for the first time this season. And here we go. This is with all the penalties added together, so there was lots of the AI having, in fact, everyone except Julian69 and the winner, my teammate Leo F1, picked up some sort of penalty for track limits, some of them 10 seconds, a couple of 15 seconds, so, you know, absolutely all over the place. And in fact, it was very, very close with some of them. Here's the strategy. Okay, so interestingly, the top 3 all did a 1-stop straight from the wet tyres onto the dry compound tyres, which is interesting. However, I was the highest runner from the 2 stoppers. Interestingly, they managed to pit a lap later than I did. So I don't know how they would have done that on a wet track. It boggles the mind that they managed to stay out there and still win and not be undercut by everyone. Here's the championship standings, though. As you can see, we're level with Bulls Gaming at the top on 98 points. Leo F1, KA Falcon 11, not very far behind. They're level on 89, just 9 points behind us. Gabo also in the championship fight. And with the first podium of the season for Sparks in P6 on 74 points, he could also potentially be a threat in the championship standings. Meanwhile, my team has taken a lead in the constructors, the black cars, which is very nice to see. But that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server. Both links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.